We're
I am resident follower for YouTube, Joel Sains. That's my buddy Patrick McCray, my buddy Alan Gallant. We're here to review Cannonball Run, directed by Hal Needham.
Needle.
Needham. Uh,
Need him. Yeah, need him.
written by Brock Yates. So yeah, this was written by somebody. Produced by Albert S. Ruddy, starring Burt Reynolds, Roger Moore, Farrah Fawcett, Dom DeLuise, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Adria Barbeau, who I don't know if she was married to John Carpenter by this time. She will.
It's 81. I think she was.
Yeah.
Or they're careening towards a divorce. They're about a year away from a divorce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jamie Farr.
Jamie Farr, Terry Bradshaw, Mel, Jackie
Burt
Chan.
Convey.
Jackie Chan is in this movie.
Yeah.
Cinematographer is Michael Butler. Music by Al Caps. Let's see, distributed by 20th Century Fox. Released
Al, all in caps. Yes.
Yes. June 19th, 1981.
Mhm.
So, guys, when did you first see Cannonball Run? Alan?
I saw it as soon as it went direct to television, which was, a little while because it was actually a very successful film for its budget. It did pretty well. So, but it made almost 10 times its budget. So you can't really complain about that. Its budget was only 17 million bucks or something like that. But
yes,
but probably a year or so later,
Patrick, when did you first see it?
June 20th, 1981. The Saturday it opened, or the Saturday after it opened, yeah. Big movie, big summer, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Excalibur, Cannonball Run, and they fit together. Yeah. Dragon Slayer.
Yes. I forget what television network did this, but one day it was Cannonball Run 2, what was it? The movie we talked about with Burt Reynolds, Smoking the Bandit, and Smoking the Bandit 2 were all shown in one day. In one
Driver's Ed Day.
Yeah. He actually refers to Smoking the Bandit in this when he talks about what kind of vehicle do we want to use? A black Trans Am? No, that's been done. So yeah,
yes, it does. It does. Yes, very, very good. Man, this movie is just chaotically fun from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin, they don't miss a beat. Dom DeLuise is hilarious.
These are the last movies that Dean Martin does, 1 and 2, I think. I mean, it's perfect Rat Pack thing. It's boozy and cranked up on methadone, the two of them together, because that's basically what it is.
Well, the next movie would be considered really the last official Rat Pack movie because Frank is in it.
Frank is in it. That's right.
Not in the same shot.
No, but the big three are in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did the big three not appear together? Was there an issue? Was there a rift?
Frank didn't want to do it. Frank was busy. So he said, I'll do the movie, but you'll bring the cameras into my boardroom. And I'll give me the lines, I'll shoot it there, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
I got 2 shows in Vegas that night.
Yeah. He wasn't interested in doing it in any other way but his way.
Oh my God. Yes. Production of the film. Oh, yes, very cute.
That's the kitty I was telling you about.
Oh, very cute. The film continued director Hal Needham's tradition of showing a gag reel of bloopers during the closing credits.
Yes.
A practice he started with Smokey and the Bandit 2. Jackie Chan says that inspired him to do the same at the end of most of his films.
Yes, considering how many outtakes there are in Jackie Chan films, if you can well imagine with all the stunts and so on.
Yes.
Maybe because his name was Hal also. Hal Ashby insisted on doing that with being there, which really alienated Peter Sellers.
Yeah, he didn't like that. He wanted everything to be in the world of Chance, not out, breaking that. But it
But
does
then,
work really well. And Smoking the Bandit was the first movie I ever saw that did that.
Liam Neeson and Ben Kingsley insisted on it with Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Yeah. From development, Yates and Needle worked on a script, and Al Ruddy became attached as producer.
Yes.
They wanted Reynolds to star, but he was reluctant to make more car-themed films. He was eventually persuaded by Needham's promise to keep the actor's schedule to only 14 days of filming and a fee of $5 million plus a percentage of the profits. Finance came from Raymond Shaw of Golden Harvest, who requested that Jackie Chan
It explains Jackie Chan, yeah.
Yes, it does.
included in the cast.
It's his first U.S. film, I think, in a size role at all.
Big Brawl, I think, was prior to this.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
Yeah. Find out.
Another game of Stump McCray begins. I've had a pretty good track record so far.
Yeah. Big Brawl is 1980. You're correct.
Yeah. Damn! I did it. Another great Christine DeBelle movie.
Yeah.
Reynolds later said, Cannonball Run, I did that film for all the wrong reasons. I never liked it. I did it to help out a friend of mine, Hal. And I also felt it was immoral to turn down that kind of money.
Oh,
well, there you go.
Yeah. Well, we feel real sorry for the late Burt Reynolds. I know. No,
yes. Well, I mean, it's not immoral that he asked for that kind of money.
No.
Before he would do it.
Man, how?
But 14 days of shooting. This film has that frenetic energy to it. It really does. I mean, and some of the edit cuts are just like, wow, where are we now? But it works in some strange drive-in theater way. It's
got a weird alchemy to it.
Yep.
A late sportscaster is in this. Jimmy the Greek is in this.
Jimmy the Greek Snyder. Yep.
Coming in from behind.
Yes, he did. Always.
Yes. Oh my God.
I would not be surprised if he knew Sammy Davis Jr. professionally too. Like took bets for him for years. I would not be surprised in the least.
At the time this movie was made, Albert Ruddy was busy trying to get financing for Elvis Shrugged or Atlas Shrugged.
Elvis
was my comic.
Yeah.
Atlas Shrugged.
Yes.
Yeah. Weird guy. He was also a producer of The Godfather.
Yes, he was. There's a great, if for anyone interested, there's a great sort of documentary movie on Paramount Plus about the making of The Godfather.
Yeah, I mean the producers, including Ruddy, didn't want any of the actors that ended up being in the movie, except for maybe 2 or 3 of them.
My semi accidental audition for Mark Perry involved that show and whatever it was called. I can't remember the name of it. The something. That show about the making of The Godfather, because we done a show about the making of Dark Shadows, and that's how the last chapter, the afterword of Dark Shadows, Devil Gunbound, got written. Was that was sort of my spec script?
Yeah,
and involved almost no dialogue, so I did lots of show don't tell. So there,
guys. Do you ever think they'll remake Cannonball Run?
That's a really interesting question. I don't know if we have, the guy who plays Black Falcon in the Marvel movies, Anthony Mackie, had a really interesting interview where he talked about the fact that we don't have movie stars anymore.
Yeah.
Of course, if you only see Anthony Mackie movies, you understand why. But no, seriously, we don't have movie stars anymore. He said nobody cares about Anthony Mackie. Nobody knows who I am. They go to see the costume, maybe.
Well, I think that's from Mackie's point of view more than it is from some other actor's point of view.
Well, yeah, but I think he has a point that below a certain age, other than maybe Timothée Chalamet, there's no such thing as let's go see the new blankety blank movie.
Yeah, maybe not, but
I haven't heard that in a long time.
I still think that he unfortunately didn't get the benefit of playing Captain America originally, and therefore did not get the kind of press individually that.
Well, no, this was he. You're right. You're absolutely right. And he said several years before Civil War or that last the Harrison Ford thing was.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think he has an interesting point. I hadn't thought of it, but I really, the cutoff for that generation, maybe Matt Damon.
Maybe.
I can't think of anyone.
Born Identity and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, where people are really, oh, hey, let's go see the new so-and-so movie.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's an era that will come again. But I think you almost have to have that for this. Also, with so much prestige acting going towards television, we have really begun to miss, I think, the golden age, at least, of the washed-up has-been. Mm-hmm. And this is a retirement home.
Yeah.
For washed-up has-beens. And God knows I love it. I mean, I want my movies to star nothing but washed-up has-beens. And I don't really know if that's a thing. I don't know if this breed of actors.
It's true. Well, there's also something highly unusual about this movie. This breed of actors gets to be crude, rude, and tattooed in this movie. I mean, they are saying, they're saying shit. They're practically saying fuck. They're saying this. They're saying that.
It's funny,
and I think that actually Jack Elam, when he mimed shooting himself up, was doing it into his dick.
Oh, I'm sure he was. I'm sure he was sounding.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he was on the set with the prop. And God help the prop master. Yeah. But it's some very welder's glove.
Hand me the Purell.
But it's almost like we had the late 60s and then into the 70s and early 80s of a specific brand of variety show, talk show, and game show where this kind of actor, we started to get a little bit of a glimpse into who they wanted us to believe they were.
Sure, telling stories from Hollywood stories and all.
Sure, it's celebrity is this occult brotherhood.
Well, the guy that led the way was probably Orson Welles. I mean, he was certainly one of the ones that led the way for that sort of Hollywood raconteur business, and it was a business. I mean, people made the rounds. At the same time, Dick Cavett's relationship with Groucho Marx in the 70s kind of added to that, although Groucho was more interested in performing than he was telling stories.
Sure, and no Yale man in this movie.
Yeah.
Seriously. You've got that, and so this movie is kind of the apotheosis of us all feeling like an insider. And one of the pals, this must be one of those parties at the Playboy Mansion is like.
No, this is James burping Caan. And farting at the local roadhouse. That's
sure.
Which is actually more accessible to the average person.
Yeah.
In terms of that.
It's like, well, of course, there's Mel Tillis.
Yeah.
It's like one of those comic book covers or something like that, where you get the guide. It's like the cover of the Superman versus Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
Remember where you open it up and there was the guide as to who all of the celebrities and people in the DC universe were. It feels like I'm at a barbecue at Bert's.
Yeah.
Or like in Boogie Nights. Remember where you're touring through the 4th of July party?
Yes.
And it's that one long shot. And you're going to room after room. You see everybody. That's what it feels like. And I think probably Paul Thomas Anderson was aware of that and wanted it to feel like that.
Sure. Yeah. Since that was a 70s thing in some of these movies in the early 80s.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. What a cultural shift. You look at the difference between this and Smokey and the Bandit. This makes Smokey and the Bandit so clearly a political and countercultural movie. I mean, it kind of was.
Yeah, it's a rebellion movie. A rebellion.
Totally evident.
Yeah.
Because here they are with no politics.
No.
There's no I mean, Marxists would say it's all politics, but you know what I mean. It's not as political in the same way as Smokey and the Bandit, which suddenly is like a manifesto.
Yeah.
On class warfare and on energy politics and all sorts.
No, this movie has no stake in that at all. As a matter of fact, the amount of ethnic stereotypes in this movie are still rather rife.
It makes Smokey and the Bandit look like a plea for understanding.
Yes.
And yet I think it's written by the same guy. I'm not certain, but I think it's the same pen.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was a Mont Blanc who crafted this. But this is very Reagan era.
Yes.
Reagan only been in office, a few months.
Yeah, when they went into production in this movie.
We're going to give you more of everything and absolutely no substance to it at all.
Right. We're just going to laugh and have fun.
And that has its appeal.
Yes, absolutely. I enjoy watching this movie. It's
I'm
ridiculous and it's absurd in a lot of ways. I mean, the whole thing where they decide to do, every time somebody first sees Jack Elam, they play horror movie music because his one eye's bigger than the other. Yeah. It's absurd.
This was the basis for my idea of a shy, retiring New Orleans police detective in a white suit and so on. Dr. Cornelius Procteaux, T-E-A-U-X,
yes,
P-R-O-C-T-E-A-U-X, a forensic proctologist.
Yes.
It wasn't written by the same person, but it was directed by the same person.
Okay.
Hal directed Smokey and the Bandit as well.
Smokey and the Bandit was Harold Pinner screenplay.
Well, I think they had a longer shoot schedule too.
Yeah,
they did. It was like rehearsing a Chekhov play.
Yeah,
compared Stanislavski by comparison.
So we're going to rehearse this thing? No, we're not going to rehearse this thing. Reynolds needs to get out of here in 4 more days. Let's go.
It was more of a Meisner exercise. Just listen. Listen and respond.
But don't repeat yourself too much.
Yeah,
except for you, DeLuise. Go ahead and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know who I'd want the Burt Reynolds role? It's crazy because he's old enough to do Mark Wahlberg. He's old enough to do it.
I would think Burt Reynolds, Ryan Reynolds.
Well, you have to understand when Burt Reynolds did this, he was I think he was in his early 40s. He was like 43 or something. Mark Wahlberg is over 50.
Yeah, he's over 50.
When was Burt Reynolds born?
1937.
Born
37, I think. 36, 37.
1936.
Yeah. Okay. So he was 44, 45 when it was shot.
Okay. God, I'm old.
Don't worry. Burt was wearing a full-blown toupee and half the time a fake mustache.
Everything about Burt was full-blown in this. Not a real story.
3 erections.
Hey, Burt shot his final film here in Nottingham. And one of my many lies that I've told, that I've tried to get started very earnestly, is true. The truth in it is that there was a Burt Reynolds mask that the makeup department constructed, and I think pretty accurate, so that an extra could wear it, or a stuntman could wear it for long distance shots, because it was tough for Burt to walk. Yes,
it was. His hips and knees were completely gone.
Yeah,
his last years. And they were they were gone in his late 40s. He just walked funny, I mean, he couldn't run anymore because of the stunts that he had done as a younger man. So
they had this Burt Reynolds mask.
Yeah. And was that the movie about he goes to a convention? He's the old movie star.
Well, it's called The Last Movie Star. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it is. And he meets this young girl, and I think she accompanies him to this convention he's supposed to go to, and all this sort of thing.
I accidentally almost auditioned for it because I went to the mall for something and I was wearing a red shirt, black leather vest, and a black cowboy hat. Honest to God, no one. And they were having cattle call. And it's him. It's like, no.
Just go fucking to option.
But the rumor that I've tried to spread is that the Burt Reynolds mask was stolen by one of the extras who induces any woman with whom he makes love to wear the Burt Reynolds mask. He doesn't wear it, she does.
He does.
Yeah. That story's been going around for a while.
There's a horror series in somebody wearing a Burt Reynolds mask. Has to be. But yeah, I remember watching that. I watched that movie, and it was actually wasn't bad. It's a very low budget movie, and he made it a year before he died or something like that. It was not long before he passed away, and it was kind of poignant actually. He did a pretty good job with it, considering.
He's a great actor.
Yeah,
he's a great actor, and he got screwed, as I've often said, in '97 for or Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Robin Williams got it instead. I think. No, James Coburn.
Yeah.
And, that had to be a tough one for Burt because it's James Coburn.
Right.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
If it were anybody else.
Yeah.
Or any other man, I'd kill you where you stand.
Right. Yeah. You're talking about when Coburn won the Oscar for that? Yeah. That was
because that
movie was hard to watch. What an amazing film, though. I mean, really hard to watch.
Yeah.
What's that?
I
forget Coburn got the Oscar for. When Burt was up for Boogie Nights. And it was one of those career Oscars.
It was. It was the end of career Oscar.
It's like how Return of the King, which is the least of those movies.
It was in Affliction, where he plays the impossible father of this other character, and he was so good, and it's so scary and so just hard to watch and real, for anybody that's had a difficult relative in their lives, or an abusive father or mother. It's like, holy shit, hard to watch. And I haven't had that in my life, and it was still hard to watch.
Yeah. Some of my favorite scenes in this, guys, I love the tricked out ambulance.
Yes.
Every vehicle's a character.
I know.
Yeah, the first time I saw this movie, I thought, they resurrected Mother Jugs and Speed.
They did?
Yeah.
What's some of you guys' favorite scenes?
The first time we see Jack Elam come out of that van, and the whole explanation, and he doesn't want to know where he got him, none of that sort of thing. And also the early scenes where he's going, him, I don't want to hear about him. And of course he's talking about Captain Chaos.
When Dr. Van Helsing appears for the first time, the movie truly goes into another dimension.
Yes, it does. Jack Elam is the black hole
like that moment.
I know. It's just like
the rule book gets thrown out. No matter how many cliches have been in this up to that point, gone.
They're gone. It doesn't matter anymore, because it is. Jack Elam is the black hole through which the entire Cannonball Run passes through into another dimension.
It really does. It really does. Thanks to the Knoxville, Tennessee School of Faith Healing.
Yeah, and yes, that was pretty good too.
You know who I would put in the remake driving a hearse? I would put Barnabas the Bazaar and his two zombie wrestlers. They work for JCW Wrestling. They're hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah. They had wrestlers playing zombies in 1970 on Dark Shadows.
There you go.
Ben Morgan.
Yeah.
Just like an hour and a half from here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I sent you guys a video of those. Those are funny.
Mm-hmm.
I follow him on Twitter. He's hilarious.
Ben Morgan?
No, Barnabas the Bazaar.
Barnabas the Bazaar.
Yeah. He's a funny interview. I was listening to Matt Davis interview him. That's hilarious. But this movie is just fun to watch. The racing across the two Japanese guys are using technology and all stuff. The rocket. Yeah.
Everything was, Sony cutting edge, Hitachi this and Sony that in the 70s and 80s. I mean, That was the period of time in which they were afraid Japan was going to buy Manhattan. You know, it's
my favorite cameo, Peter Fonda on motorcycle. My God,
getting kicked in the balls.
Yes, yes,
yes.
Do you think they paid him a lot to cameo in this movie?
No, but they probably plied him with liquor and whatever else.
No, I think probably they had to console him for not getting an actual part.
Yeah, they probably did.
Peter Fonda hadn't made a movie since Future World.
That's right. He hadn't had his renaissance yet. That's right.
And that's sad. What the hell happened there? Why did Peter Fonda become a...
I have no idea. Maybe, you know... I don't know. Maybe there was after a certain point, there was a new conservatism in Hollywood, you know, in among many areas. And he may have become a pariah because of his politics for a while.
But when he did appear in movies, people took notice. I mean, when I watch Escape from LA and I see Peter Fonda surfing with Kurt Russell, I'm like, that's cool. That's fucking cool.
Well, that's when he started getting roles again, was around that time.
I mean, that's like, what, 15 years later?
Yeah,
in the
90s.
Then he played the devil in Ghost Rider.
Yeah, it was great. It was great in that.
And that's all after Ulee's Gold. That's after his...
Ulee's Gold was probably the epitome of his artistic success in his
very good in that.
second act. Yeah.
He was on What's My Line with his dad, the late Henry Fonda.
Oh, yeah, years ago. Yeah, sure.
But because they both appeared together.
That was probably before he did all the motorcycle films, and his father didn't understand anymore.
Yeah,
Wild Angels, and then finally Easy Rider, which he's wearing the jacket. He's wearing like the jacket from Wild Angels, and he's wearing something else from Easy Rider. He's like just doing the whole thing in this movie.
I heard Dennis Hopper and him didn't get along on Easy Rider. Was that the case? Or was it?
I don't know. Hopper was kind of a weirdo directing that. But I don't know that they didn't get along, because I mean he trusted him enough to get high with him and film the scene around the campfire. I mean, you can't, you don't trust somebody. You're probably not going to do that. So I don't know.
Probably over a girl.
Yeah,
probably just rumor and innuendo.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, Hopper was weird and very unpredictable in those times too. He could have gotten no argument with him or something.
I give this movie a 12, guys. What do you give it?
I give it a big 10.
I give it a 10. Yeah, I mean, it accomplishes what it sets out to do.
Yeah, it does.
Brilliant.
Guys, good for tomorrow, or are you?
Yeah. I think it's a nice kind of spiritual successor to this in its own weird way.
It is a very different David Lynch movie.
Very different. One of the most David Lynch of David Lynch movies.
Yes, I mean, obviously you can still tell it's him, but it's very different in other ways. It's I love his use of the wheat fields and all of that sort of things. His transition, and he takes his time, because this is a long-term trip. 5 miles an hour the whole way, 250 miles, or 300 miles or whatever it was to Wisconsin from where he was living.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. It's a beautifully shot film.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah. Is there anything you guys want to add before we go about this?
Nope. Just one last glass to raise for the Rat Pack, because
we've referred to it often, and I thought it was just a good time maybe for us to take a look.
It's a fun watch for sure. The link to Patrick McCray's Dark Shadows Day book and bound is going to be in the description box. Link to Alan Gallant YouTube channel. Collins Park After Dark is going to be in the description box. You guys have a safe night and take care.
Take care. Thank you, Joel.
Yep.